Okay, let's start importing those amazing assets we have. So here on the network view, I'm going to click tab, type geometry, and let's call this Iron Man. And here on the Iron Man, I'm going to go inside. I'm going to create a file. We talked about this before. So this is the preferable node for us to import stuff inside Houdini. And here on the geometry file that we want to load, I'm going to click here and go up to the assets, Iron Man animation. And as you can see, it recognizes the file and the sequence immediately. It is already a BGO sequence, so it's already a Houdini format. Accept, and here we have it. As you saw here, the animation goes from frame 1 to 129, and we'll also be adjusting our timeline to match that. Great, some nice looking animation, great geometry, and we're good to go. So let's see how we can adjust our timeline. The timeline settings are adjusted here on this point. Let's click here, global animation options, and here we're at 24 frames per second, which is standard for feature film. And we're gonna be setting the end frame to be 129. We only have up to 129 animation. Hit enter, apply, close, and that's done. Next, we have the cameras. Let's bring the cameras inside as well. So to bring out the cameras, if you remember, the cameras were Alembic files. So it's going to be faster for us to just come here, import Alembic scene. Click here, go to our HIP folder, which is this files project folder. Go to the ABC and let's select camera 1, accept shot 1 camera, import, and I'm gonna go up. So we were inside the camera. I pressed U to go up. We have these trackers, which probably we won't need. Go up, and this is what we have, shot 1 camera. So now we should have a camera available here. When we go up to the upper right corner of our view, we have the place where we usually select the camera. And as you can see, we have a camera option here. If we select it, we don't see anything. The reason for that is because the scale of the camera isn't actually correct, so we need to fix it. And the way we're going to fix it is by creating a null here. And we're going to create a hierarchy relationship between this null and the camera. So whenever you have a hierarchy, if I connect this input to this output, just means that if they're connected on this order, then this is going to be the parent node and this is going to be the child node, meaning that whatever transform I apply to this is going to be reflected on the camera as well. Okay, the null right now has no transform applied. I'm going to connect it to the camera, and here on the null, I'm going to adjust the scale to 0.1. And at 0.1, you'll see that now we do have some information. The camera starts here, moves to the left, and it goes all the way. The first shot goes up to frame 34, 33. And let's do the same thing for the other cameras. File. Let's go to import, Alembic scene. We can either just change it here. It's shot 02, import. It's going to do the same thing. I'm going to go up, delete the trackers. We don't need them. Go up and up one more. We need to link it as well. And now we should have 2 options. And now this is the second camera. I think this is probably going to be the camera where we're going to be doing most of the work. Okay, so it's kind of moving out. And let's do the same thing for the other one. Import, Alembic scene, change the name to 3. Import, up, delete the trackers, up, up. And we need to parent it. I'm going to rename this node so you can have a clear idea of what's doing. Remember, you want to align these three. You can just press Alt A and click and drag to the side. It's going to be perfectly aligned. In this case, I need a bit more spacing between them. And this null is just going to be fix cameras scale. Okay, now if we transform this node on something else, let's say I move the null up, all the cameras will be inheriting that transformation as well. Okay, so parent, child nodes, and in this case, we're just scaling it. And let's check out the third camera. If you don't want to see the cameras on the scene, you can just select all of them and just hide them by clicking on this flag, the display flag. And here we have just the final camera. So now we have the cameras and we have Iron Man. And it's going to be cool for us to also include our hammer, Thor's hammer that we created. So we're going to go back to that scene, save it as a BGO file as well, and just importing it the same way as we imported Iron Man. We're going to import it here, and we're going to use that to generate the rays. So now I opened the Thor's hammer file that we had from the previous week, and I'm going to go inside the geometry node of Thor's hammer. I'm actually going to export before the materials. Not really concerned about the materials for now. The way we're going to be exporting this is by typing file, but as you have file to import, you also have a file cache that allows you to export. So here on the file cache, I'm going to connect this to the input of the file cache, and the file cache has a few options. I'm not interested in saving a frame range. I actually just want to save the current frame. That's the main difference. And I'm going to save it on the geo folder, and I'm going to change the name of this to Thor's hammer 01, just in case we do some changes to it and we change the versioning. And what else? Before actually exporting, for us to export, we just need to save to disk. And before exporting, I know I'm going to want to select the head easily, and probably the head without the runes even maybe. So let me look for it. So we have a metal group here for the runes, and we have the hammer head. You can create as many groups as you want. So I'm going to create a group here. And this group is just going to be the hammer head. Just going to change the name for hammer head. That way it's going to be easier for us to... This is going to be the surface that's going to be generating most of the effect for the lightning. And now we have that hammerhead group. With that said, we can come here to the file cache and we can save to disk. File cache also allows you to load to disk from disk if you turn this on, and I turn on display. As you can see, even if I disconnect this, it's loading from disk the file that we just exported. Okay. So having done this, I'm going to go back to our new file, and here I'm going to create a new geometry object, and this geometry is going to be called Thor's hammer. I'm going to dive inside and create a file node, and I'm going to actually copy it first. So this is where we saved on week 1 Thor's hammer geo, Control C, and I'm going to put this into our assets folder. So here on the season week 2 Harman Thor VFX assets, and I'm going to just paste it here. Close this, and here I'm going to select to go up to our assets folder, choose the Thor's hammer, apply, and now we have the hammer. Okay, so now we have all the elements on the scene. We have the cameras, Iron Man geometry, and Thor's hammer. I'm going to just change the background, pressing D, and go to background and choosing dark. I might as well, yeah, I think that's it. And now we're ready to start on generating the effect.